So there's something I think about a thread through your life and your businesses, if you will, that entrepreneurial. Again, I go back to the entrepreneurial spirit. Like even at 14, you had that sense of business, if you will. What do you? We talk about hip hop on the show all the time.
Yeah.
But like when you listen to hip hop, like having lived the world that so many rappers rap about,
and
right?
And that so many of them aren't even living.
Right.
They're just rapping about it.
How does that land on you? Because you hear these stories, but you have like the real stories and the real live experiences and the kidnappings and being shot and all of that. How does the music land on you?
I think if you really haven't experienced it, it's something that makes people feel as though they got a big chest because it happened to them. But if it really happened to a lot of them, they wouldn't be talking about it. Because you see death. I know I have. I've seen death right before my eyes so many times. Even like with my daughter, and that's what my movie is about. Her father and I were drug dealers. We were fighting the same. His mother was an alcoholic. My mother was a heroin addict. So we were fighting the same cause. But my daughter was actually walking up to her father, and his friend shot him in his head. And he had just enough wind to shoot his friend back, and they both died in front of my daughter. By then, I'm a nurse. My daughter calling me at the hospital like, Ma, how do you do CPR? My father's about to die. So I'm like, when you really experience those things, it makes me question about the music. Did you really live it? Because a lot of things with that life, you're traumatized. Like, I can't sit with my back turned. When people go out with me, they think I'm crazy. I can't sit with my back turned. When I'm in Maryland, I have security with me 24/7. Like, and not that they would do anything to me. It's just that so much has happened to me. That's just what I feel as though I have to do. So it's just like when I listen to the music, some people have lived it, but to what extent? Because a lot of things you wouldn't talk about if you really lived that life. It's traumatic.
Right, and that's the part you don't hear about the trauma.
Yeah, it's traumatic. Like it's very traumatic. Like I'm always thinking somebody following me to this day. If a car behind me, I ride around 1,000,000 times because I gotta make sure they not following me home. And I live in like a community where, that's least likely to happen, but I'm just always on my P's and Q's. I don't drink, I don't smoke. If I'm tired, I don't come out. It's just the trauma has gotten me to that extent of how I move. I move very careful. I don't allow new people in my space. I don't think I can never be regular like I would want to be. I could never live regular because I'm so used to how I lived from the age of 14 on up. So I move different, so different.
How do you deal with the trauma? Or have you been? Do you go to a therapist, church maybe?
I tried the therapist. I don't think that's for me.
Really?
I bring myself into work. I speak of one business I spoke to. I actually have 3 major healthcare businesses. I have over 1,000 clients. So I stay busy. One thing I do, I cater to the Medicaid system, which are mainly a lot of my people live in public housing or so I bury myself into work so I don't even have time to think about all the other stuff. I'm always working.
Sounds like what we all do.
I know, right?
Yeah, always. I have like 6 assistants and it's just, I'm always working.